Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, TheRumpledOne, coming to you on Monday, August the 7th. The year's 2023. Let's talk trading. Losing streaks with Walmal. These videos are for educational purposes only. Your results may differ from mine and differ from Walmal's. Walmal, we're going to talk about losing streaks because I guess there was a couple of traders out there said they were doing the Walmal method or other methods, and it's like I keep losing. It hits the double O and it reverses on me.
Yeah, well, welcome to the world of trading, my friends. We all lose, we all take losses. Today I've been blessed because I don't have a single loss. I got 8 trades today and not a single loss, but let me tell you, that's an unusual day. So taking losses is not, indicative of anything. You're supposed to take losses. That's what you're supposed to, but you do. You're going to take losses. It's just part of trading. And you know, I think this whole idea about losing streaks and everything else, one of the things that you gotta, we haven't talked about psychology in a while, or we have talked about it, but not in a direct way. But I think a lot of it comes down to you as a trader, your psychology, because I think what happens a lot of times is that you take a loss. Well, okay, I took a loss. That's part of trading. No big deal. I took a loss. Then you take a second loss in a row. Then he's like, oh, this is not good. What's going on here? I'm not supposed to be doing it. Then you take a third loss in a row. And then you start making things up like, you start playing things with games in your head. Well, I knew I wasn't going to win that trade. What's wrong with me? Why did I even go and take that trade? And you stop playing that game, and then you can go and even take it further and say, well, here's the reality, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter. All I do is lose, for the last day, last 2 days, the last week, the last month, this entire trading season, I've been doing nothing but losses. This is what I do. And then, and then what happens is you wind up starting to think that way. And, and the danger that I've seen a lot of traders do is then they become very, very haphazard in their trades. They're not looking at their trades as closely as they should before they take it, because, that second excuse I went and offered up, I knew I was going to lose. I was going to lose anyway. Actually, I think it was the first excuse I gave. I knew I was going to lose that trade. Well, if you knew you were going to lose the trade, why'd you get in the trade in the first place? And, and we got to be smart about those things. And recognize where we are, and and just realize that, hey, it is part of the game, and that's just the reality of it. It's part of the game. You take the losses when the last losses occur, and you try not to go and change. If you got a method that statistically works, you don't change things. Because then the danger is you either don't take trades that you're supposed to take, or you take trades that are more risky because you don't care anymore. You don't do your homework. You don't pay attention to what's going on. You have all these things that, you don't do, and things that you do that are harmful. And that's the thing about losing streaks. You can be a self-fulfilling, prophecy. And the scary thing about trading, I'm going to go off topic slightly here, but the scary thing about trading is this: when we're losing, we can become self-fulfilling. We just go beat ourselves up over it, and we actually sometimes may even cause things that are losing. And a perfect example of that is that I'm so afraid that I'm going to go and lose this trade again. I'm taking my 2 points. Meanwhile, the trade is still a good trade, and there's no reason for you to get out, and you bounce out with 2 stinking points, and then the trade goes and runs through the roof, and the next thing you know, you could have gotten 20 pips. And then you see, look, I'm a lousy trader.
Yes.
Nobody can make money in this.
Are you making fun of me, Walmall?
I'm making fun of all of us because we all do that.
I know, because I was in a trade, and that's pretty much what just happened to me. I was what was I long and jumped out around 51 or something, and now it's sitting at 64.
And the thing is, the thing is, if you do it, you get out of the trade like you did, because you just don't believe the market's going to go there, not because of a losing streak, but just because, hey, you're starting to see things on the charts that just don't line up, with what your method is. That's a legitimate thing to go and take you 2 points or 3 points. And there's nothing wrong with it. I do that all day long, where I only may take 2 points or 3 points on a trade. The problem is if you're psyching yourself out because of losing trades and you're just so afraid to lose money that what happens is you jump out of trades before the trade is fully developed. Now that's a different story. That's that's what will go and perpetuate, losing streaks, because what will happen is, I got a winner in there, but you don't remember that winner because it was only for 2 points. That's the first thing. Second thing is, at the bottom line, when you look at your P&L, after the day is over, and at 2 points that could have been 20 pips, that offset all those other losses, you don't see that, and so there are a lot of traders who are out there where their winning percentage is, somewhere around 20, 30%. They only win 20, 30%, and yet at the same time, they have a profitable P&L, and, I can't do that with the way I trade, but there are traders who can based on their method.
Right.
And so you got to sit down and reflect on what you're doing.
Yeah.
That's healthy.
Yeah, and you were talking about the psychology. One of the things about losing is you have to properly label the loss. And what I mean is some losses are losses that you would take in the normal course of trading where you've done everything right or everything according to plan and the market just goes against you. And I guess maybe, and then the other way you can label losses is when you do something that you shouldn't have done in the first place, and then you start to, I guess start to go on tilt or whatever, and you're airballing the trades, you're not sticking to your plan, and nothing's working out. You're just getting frustrated. You just dig yourself deeper and deeper in the hole. You switch methods. And it's just you just put yourself into a tailspin, and so the thing is, it's like, did I stick to my plan? Yes. Did it hit my stop loss? Yes. Well, then everything's okay. But if did I stick to my plan? No. Well, right there's where the problem is, and there's where the solution lies. Stick with you got your answer. Stick with your plan. Even though sometimes it's harder than others. Like, I was looking at this M5 chart, and since, let's see, 1340 on the chart, we've got the first aqua dot, and we haven't had a magenta dot since. We've gone from, 1340 to 1550. That's what, 2 hours? 2 hours of up. Did I lose you, Walmal?
I just came back. You did lose me there for a second.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what happened.
Yeah, so we've got 2 hours of in a row of aqua dots on indicator 2.
Right.
All you have to so it's like if you just trust indicator 2, I think my first entry was down around 41 or something. It'd be up, 20 plus pips.
Yeah. And that's the thing. You got to trust the method. You got to trust what you're doing, and take your losses when you take your losses, and and then hold on to your wins. And it sounds real simple. The problem is because our emotions and our that's what blows us up. That's what gets us into trouble. And the problem is we as people. And I don't care who you are, we're all this way to a certain extent. Some people can control it better than others. But the reality is that we perceive our reality one way or the other. And then what we do is we create habits based on it. And once a habit has been developed, then what happens is it's very, very difficult to break it. By the way, we're about to break 70 now. Not to rub that in your face or anything.
I'm looking at it.
but like I should talk because I went in at 50, so I got out at 55. But you can't. And I think that sometimes this is what can cause you this could actually start a losing streak if you're not careful. I was in at 50 and I got out at 55. Yay, I made five pips. Oh, look at that. I went and left 15 pips on the table. And then you start doubting your method. Okay, what I'm going to do is, even though my method is a short-term method, scalping, and I'm only looking to get somewhere between, 2 and 5 pips on any particular trade. That's all I'm looking to get, because that's what my method says. I should have gotten that other 15. And so next thing you know, I start taking my method and I start looking at other things and not paying attention to my method, not paying attention to, as the expression goes, I'm not paying attention to the one who brought me. And next thing you know, I start taking losses and consistently. And then what happens is you start consistently taking losses, and then you start having losing streaks. And until you go and step back, get back into basics and start doing what you're supposed to be doing, you're going to continue losing. You may win that one big thing. And unfortunately, this is something that, a trading friend of mine told me years and years ago. The thing that kills most people in FOREX, the 96% that don't make it, is what happens is they let you win one big one every once in a while, and they don't care. They'll let you go and grab that 15, 20 pips. And then what happens is they nickel and dime you out for all the other pips. And, they take a pip here, they take a pip there, take a pip there, and the next thing you know, you're down for the day. And then what happens is your psychology gets messed up. Then you start taking risky trades. And the next thing you know, you kiss your account goodbye.
Yeah, I would agree with that. It's just so easy to get off of your game plan. And as we mentioned, I don't know how many times over the years, your game plan really needs to be simple. Maybe 1, 2, 3 things at the most, like the indicator 2 scalper is basically ready, set, go. You have your, condition 1, condition 2, condition 3, go. Enter the trade.
Exactly. Just meet the conditions, follow the plan, execute the plan, and take your losses where the losses may be, and take your wins where the wins should be, and don't get upset about the 15 pips that I left on the table.
Yeah, like the last flip-flop box would be worth 8 pips at the moment.
Right.
Exactly. Or at least on the M5 chart. Let's see on M1. Well, we just had a flip-flop box.
But the flip-flop box prior to that, you could have been up 12 pips. Not 12, I'm sorry, 8 pips. 8 pips, 9 pips, something like that. And hey, that's, that's the great thing about it. It's like, I only got 5 pips before, but the reality is since then, if I would have taken all the other flip-flop boxes that are out there, okay, and let's say it was only going to be long, the reality is I could have picked up, another 3 there, another 5 there, another 5 there, another 5 there, so I wouldn't have gotten the big whopping trade, but so what? I had all these other opportunities that I could have made. And even if you were taking both sides, you still, you would have taken some losses there, but it would have been outweighed by the winners so big that it doesn't matter. And that's the thing. You trade what you see. Whatever the charts give you, that's what you do.
Right. And you know what, fellow traders? The fastest 15 minutes trading is just about over. So, I hope we answered some questions out there about, losing streaks, and just stick to your plan. And if it's any good, it's going to pay out, because it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So go out there and drain the banks. This is the Rumpled One, over and out.